All right, welcome back to it. My name's Mookie, or Marc, if you prefer. Either one will do. We are 88.5 The SoCal Sound. Please know we're listener-supported public radio, serving Los Angeles and Orange County. If you're not a subscribing member, you could sign up at any time at thesocalsound.org. Today we've got some live music, and we're on the campus of Saddleback College in their beautiful state-of-the-art studios. And we got live music from Neil Levin, or perhaps the Neil Levin Trio. Anyway, we'll have a chit-chat. Gentlemen, please take it away.
Yesterday, you washed up in the middle of the bay. I tried to tell you in some way that the boy you used to love up and gone away. Rather be someone else's burden. When you came to me, you were on the verge of dreaming and feeling the night away. 'Cause the boy you used to love up and gone away. I'm no longer your hound. I feel my soul is hellbound, but if seeing is believing, then I'm okay. 'Cause the boy you used to love up and gone away. Love up and gone away.
All right, song's called "Gone Away." That is Neil Levin, and we're here at Saddleback College at the beautiful studios here. Again, my name's Mookie from 88.5 The SoCal Sound. I'm hearing some of that cosmic blues.
Oh yeah,
right there.
You digging it?
I am digging it. I don't know if you coined that term, but you've certainly embraced it.
It's as far as I'm sure, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not aware of any other cosmic blues out there.
Fair enough. I'm excited that you're excited, and it's been a long time coming. I've been admiring your progression in the music world for several years now. It seems like you do have a thirst for knowledge, always learning. But first and foremost, who'd you bring today to play with you?
With me up on stage today is Mr. Jake Feiner on bass.
Hi.
He's one of the few bass players I trust with all of my music. He plays in a ton of bands with me. And then John Tesson as well, an amazing drummer. And yeah, I couldn't ask for a better band behind me.
So this is basically the trio configuration, if you will, and you're embarking on doing some solo stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you jamming out with bands like Counterconformity. Is that on indefinite hiatus for the time being?
Actually, no. Counterconformity still plays shows. It's just different music, a little bit different musician arrangement, but it's still going. We don't play as many shows as we would like to because everybody's off at school doing their own thing, but we still play. Jake actually plays bass in Counterconformity too. And John's subbed in on drums plenty of times.
And, in doing the deep dive on Neil Levin to prep for the interview, I also wanted to ask you about, and forgive me if I'm, botching this, but it's Noir
Levin,
right?
yeah.
And what was that project all about?
So that's actually a really fun EDM project that I embarked on with my friend Arvin, who goes by Noirvin, and we basically just combined blues that I do, because I play blues, and he does EDM music, and we're like, what if we put these two things together? And we've made 2 albums, and they're both sequels to each other, Noir Levin 1 and Noir Levin 2, and they're fun albums, and I play I play guitar and I sing on it, and he does a lot of his production techniques, and he makes amazing production soundscapes that are awesome, and that's what that is. Yeah.
Amazing. And so that's on Spotify.
Yeah.
If people want to check it out. But going back to maybe like 2020, there was a record that you dropped. I Want Blue Roses on My Grave. Now, is that the first Neil Levin, sort of debut full length?
Yeah, so I put out some records before then that are still on streaming platforms, but they're under a archive page. But I felt like they were before I really became a music major and learned all the ropes and techniques that I use nowadays to write music. And so I kind of started fresh. And then in 2020, I dropped that album, and that album kind of jump-started the whole Cosmic Blues sound. I was listening to the radio, and there was a lot of blues playing, and it all kind of just sounded like it was just too much of wives leaving husbands and heartbreaks and just literal lyrics. And I was like, well, maybe the blues is a great genre that maybe they can't find anything new to do. So I was like, and I was thinking about how music nowadays has a lot of electronic stuff in it, obviously. And I was like, when has this been done with the blues? And I was looking all around, and I couldn't find anything. And I'm like, I guess it's me. It's up to me.
Well, we certainly appreciate your innovation, which is amazing. But yeah, clearly you have an affinity for the blues, and you're trying to take this thing to the next level. NeilLevin.co is the website.
We dropped the M.
Was it not available?
It wasn't available.
Oh,
But
fair enough. You've ingrained yourself into the music community, especially in Orange County, as well as surf culture. I'll probably ask you a little bit about that stuff, along with the new record coming in December. But if you don't mind, can we get another track? And I think you guys wanted to play Not Worthwhile, right?
Yeah, Not Worthwhile.
All right, cool. So again, this is Neil Levin in our studio here on 88.5 The SoCal Sound.
Let me tell you about what I want. Let me tell you about what I need. Need a girl who's gonna hear my praise, not leaving me on my knees. Cause I'm broken and I'm dead and not worthwhile. I'm broken and I'm dead and not worthwhile. Did you give me what I deserve? Was it worth all of this pain? Am I something worth fighting for? Are you gonna leave me again? Cause I'm broken and I'm dead and not worthwhile. I said I'm broken and I'm dead and not worthwhile. And I'm dead and not worthwhile. I'm broken and I'm dead and not worthwhile. a girl who's gonna set me free. 'Cause I'm broken and I'm dead and not worthwhile. Broken and I'm dead and not worthwhile.
Amazing. That's a cool live version of Not Worthwhile. We're here at Saddleback College today for a SoCal sound session with Neil Levin. The whole time I'm listening to you, my face was like this. I think which is a good thing.
Oh yeah, you feel the stank.
No, yeah. I touched on it before, but clearly you have a thirst for knowledge. My whole thing is never stop learning, no matter how old you are. You're a Saddleback College alum. Presumably studied music.
Yeah. I owe everything to Saddleback. I studied under Norm Weston for theory. Shout out to him. I literally owe all my music knowledge to him. I hope he knows it. And Ariel Alexander's program here, commercial ensemble, John's been a member of. Yeah, John's in there still. And I've met a lot of great musicians that I still work with to this day from there. And just staying involved on campus, there's a great music culture here too, and a lot of great musicians.
Right on. And then from there, you decided to, further along your studies, and I think you just completed a program at Berklee College of Music, right? Yeah,
I did the online program, but it's a pretty great program, and you still get a lot of the same tools. And yeah, I got my bachelor's there, and I actually start school next week to go get my master's at the online program there. So just trying to make sure everybody knows on paper that I can do it too.
And you got a there you go. Is that called a rim shot? You might have a future in stand-up comedy. You never know with a drummer behind you like that.
Oh yeah, of course. Comedy is a very rhythmic thing.
And you come from maybe a musical family as well. I know your dad's a musician, right?
Yeah, my dad, Alan Levin. He's a bluegrass professor of emeritus at Saddleback, actually. He teaches over at Laguna Woods and puts together some great music there. But yeah, playing shows around town with him. We just did a show this weekend where it was Jake on acoustic and my dad and we just did a bunch of 60s covers, just having fun, doing what we want to do. And it's ended up paying off because people like it. It's fun.
Where's your favorite surfing spot in SoCal?
I have to give a shout out to the South San Clemente surf spots. Everybody knows about San Onofre, so I guess I can't get hated on for saying that it exists because it's in the Beach Boys song, but that's definitely a fun spot. And then, I just like finding a good beach break where there's nobody out. Secret spots.
And maybe some favorite venues around town to perform at?
Yeah, we always love a good show at the Rib Joint because it's just a fun little spot that we could play anything we want at. There's Escape Brewery. Always has great free shows, all ages stuff. bigger venues like the Wayfair, Landers, like all those spots that around town that people kind of know of, but like household names. We love those spots too. But we also love the small spots and getting people out to a spot that they wouldn't normally come to hear music.
Let's say hypothetically, you have a day off, no school, no work, nothing like that. What would be your ideal day?
It's funny because I've actually thought about this a lot, and I actually have an answer for this. So it's funny you'd ask that, but
a question just came to me actually.
Not the universe. Morning would be waking up, go surf, then after surf, go eat at like a really good chicken spot like Cane's, or I don't know, somewhere that has good food, and then play a show, and then go out and party after the show. That's a perfect night.
Man, that sounds great. How does songwriting really work for you? Does it vary from song to song, or is it kind of a formula that you have down?
No formulas. I never was good at math, but I like to melodies just kind of come to me, and that's why I feel like music is something that I should be doing. Because I'll just be in the shower or something. It's that stereotypical story, and I'll already have a verse and a chorus, and then I'll get out of the shower, and then now I got to figure out what key the song in my head was in, and then that's when I go to the guitar that's in my bedroom and I start playing it, and I'll find the harmony under it using skills that I learned here at Saddleback, and then from there I'll have a song, and I might have to write the second verse. Maybe the second verse was also written in the shower. Maybe the whole song was written in the shower. Maybe the song wasn't even written in the shower. Maybe it was out when I was in the water and I had to go paddle in or something. But it just comes at random times. Sometimes something will happen in your life. I mean, everybody here knows something will happen in your life, and then bam, it's a song, and that's not just a stereotype. It's true. It happens. It hits you.
Right. Again, Neil Levin is here. It's the Neil Levin Trio. At least that's what I'm calling it today. Yeah. NeilLevin.co is the website. I don't think there's any merch on there right now, but
there's no merch, yeah. But soon.
But yeah, soon. So you just released a brand new song, and from what I understand, it's just a snippet of a full-length record, which should be available sometime in December
15th.
Right. And what's the album going to be called?
It's going to be called Cosmic Blues. I feel like the last two albums that I put out, 2020 and 2022, they were me exploring this idea of cosmic blues and trying to figure out what it was. But now I'm able to say that's it. That's what it is. And that's why we're just calling this album Cosmic Blues. Everybody will be able to listen to this album and they'll know what Cosmic Blues is. Like if there was ever a curiosity, because I feel like I was disguising the blues under my music, and I was making pop songs with blues ethics, but this is just a full on just blues album with modern bells and whistles, but it's got everything you know and love.
And what studio have you been working out of, and are you basically producing your own stuff too?
Yeah, so I it's basically self-produced. My last two albums, I had some help on the first one, and then the second one, or Sultry Have Gone the Roses in 2022, is entirely self-produced, and I'm really proud of that one still to this day, obviously, for that reason. And this album was actually made with a man named Ben Relf. He's also a student I met here at Saddleback in the commercial music program. And funny story, we both drive the same car and we're neighbors, so I'd always accidentally walk to his car, and then I found out he played bass in the commercial program. And the rest is history, and now I just walk across the street and we make music in his home studio, and it's really fun.
Amazing. Is there some sort of connection between the 2020 release, I Want Blue Roses on My Grave, and Sultry Have Gone the Roses?
Yes, they are actually sequel albums, if you will. The first album is about a man who's falling in love. He's unsure of himself, but he kind of figures out the ways of how to do things, and the ways of the force, so to speak. And then the second album is a breakup album, and it's about him kind of having to come to terms with all that and having to find his own, he has to find himself again. And then in Cosmic Blues, I have a little bit of some references to the last albums to kind of close up the loose ends, but it's something I call the Blue Roses saga, because the Blue Roses are like a theme that I carry out across those two albums.
Right. And so for the new record coming out towards the tail end of this year, is there a concept at all, similar to that?
Yes. There's a physical concept, and then there's also like the arcing concept. The arcing concept is it's a rebirth album. So as you guys heard in Gone Away, the song is talking about a guy who's gone away. He could be dead for all intents and purposes. Same in Not Worthwhile. And then over the course of the album, some things happen to him, and he ends up finding a new lease on life, and it's an album of rebirth, and it's obviously like it follows kind of my story. I feel like has been this past year. I feel like I've gone through a lot of experiences, and as everybody does, and so this album represents kind of what I went through this past year, but it also follows the Blue Roses story and puts a nice bow on it. And then the physical side of the physical concept is we wanted to create an artificial vinyl listening experience. So you put this record on and the needles drop, the songs change, there's some fuzz, some hiss. It's meant to feel like you're listening to a vinyl record, even though you're listening to it on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever your ears take you.
Right. Are you collecting vinyl yourself?
I have a small vinyl collection. It's not as big as other people in my families, but I do love listening to vinyl. I usually end up just stealing one from my stepdad's collection or something. But I always like going into record stores and seeing what they got and smelling them too. That's an important part of it.
The smell, the taste,
yeah,
the touch,
all of it.
The sound. Thank you very much for that. Again, neillevin.co is the website. Years ago, there was a book that came out called Brave New World, and was it Aldous Huxley?
Yes.
Basically a modern day philosopher, and you just dropped on us a brand new song called Brave New World. Can you talk about that a little bit before we get into it?
Yeah. So everybody remembers in high school when they had to read Brave New World, and there's a lot of things that you do in high school that open your mind, wink, wink. But this book is one of the things that you come across that opens your mind. And another band that I love is The Doors. You might hear a little bit of the tinge in there, but The Doors are also named after a book by Aldous Huxley called The Doors of Perception. So it made a lot of sense to kind of pay homage to this amazing philosopher, author, and visionary and artist, if you will, and also put it into context with our modern world, because there's a lot of things nowadays that are inching us closer to that book, you know?
Oh, it's crazy. We're living in crazy times right now, you know?
The brave mid-world.
So this brand new song, kind of a reflection of what's going on in the world, and I can't wait to get a live version of it. So would you mind? This is Brave New World. It's Neil Levin here on the SoCal Sound.
The brave new world, listening to music that objectifies girls, drugged out prophets trying to kill your soul. Everything eventually takes its toll. Don't your mind by the side of the lake, 'cause our lives were never ours to take. Money's all it takes to run this place. They're sending rich people to outer space, pumping toxic fumes into the schools, twisting minds in a crowded room. Leave your mind by the side of the lake, 'cause our lives were never ours to take. Society's getting worn and old. Dead people choosing who holds the throne, choosing how the youth will spend their lives, forcing them to turn against basic rights. Leave your mind by the side of the lake, 'cause our lives were never ours to take. sacred ground. Everyone's waiting for a great big change, and no one is gonna hear their name. Leave your man by the side of the lake, 'cause our lives are never all today.
That's an exclusive right there. That was a great live version of Brave New World. Neil Levin in studio. I feel like the session has been going by super fast, but we did touch on a lot of stuff.
We did.
Yeah. And again, I'm happy that you're happy, and it's amazing to see your upward trajectory in the music world. Please know that the SoCal Sound will be there to support you.
Thank you, Mookie.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that. Like, of course.
Anything else to touch on before we kind of wrap it up here?
We're gonna all be on October 20th doing a Grateful Dead themed jazz festival at FTG Studios in Santa Ana. It's gonna be really, really fun. Definitely check that out.
I imagine if people go to your website, info might be up there eventually.
Definitely.
Right on. You're amazing. Your band is great. Thanks, guys, for coming in today. And again, if you like what we're doing on and off the air, we are public radio. Please sign up and become a subscribing member at the SoCalSound.org. And thanks so much to everybody here at Saddleback. The studios are lovely. The whole crew is great. And we'll see you next time.